let's get into Outer 101 because I love this so much. I think that each collection is so uniquely different for different reasons. And I'd love, to kind of get into this and talk about all the things that make each one totally unique. So one thing right
Yeah.
off the bat is the cushions are the same for all three collections and fit all three collections. And they have their own amazing story. And we're going to talk about that after we talk about the three bases. But for now, I'd like to talk about the frames. So let's talk about the OG, as I like to call it, the all-weather wicker, which is what you're sitting on.
Yeah.
Now, the all-weather
Yeah.
wicker, is really known. There's the three, right? We've got the all-weather wicker, then we've got the teak, and then we've got the aluminum. These are the three collections. We're going to start with the all-weather wicker. I know that one of the biggest things that people love about it is that it has a really cool sustainable story. Can you give us a little brief explanation of what it is?
Yeah, so the frame itself is made of a combination of three materials. It's made with aluminum, and then the wicker that we use is a combination of a low density and high density polyethylene, and then actual stainless steel. So when you think about sustainability, it's made of those things. With our all-weather wicker, we actually use 30% recycled content, which translates into about 100 bottles. We talk about like a 12.1 ounce bottle. So yes, it is made with that. The wicker is round core, so it's round. You could choose any kind of shape. There's flat. Oftentimes flat is a little bit not as structural. It could crack, it could dry. So it is round core. It gives it some of that texture. The color is I've always thought about it as like a sun bleached teak. Like there's something beautiful to me about kind of like a sun kissed looks. So ours is like we wanted to try to achieve that look. It has that natural look, but because it is all made with a synthetic material, it doesn't change over time.
Yeah, and as you were talking, oh no, continue.
Oh,
I was going to say, as you were talking about the element of the, we're 1 second behind each other.
I know.
I was going to say, as far as the durability, you were kind of talking about the rounded weave and how others crack. That is such a huge thing. Others crack. I have an old one by my pool. Can you explain this story? Because this is one of my favorite. I feel like this is like an outer myth, but it's real.
Yeah. So back in 2018, when we were working on the frame, we came up with a lot of prototypes. And when we finally got to one that was, okay, we got this, I was like, okay, take this frame and stick it on the roof. And the team was like, what do you want us to do? I was like, stick it on the roof. I was like, what are you going to do on it? There's no place to put it. I was like, just stick it on the roof. So they put it there and like, why do you want to sit on? You're not going to sit on this thing. I'm like, no, it's not for sitting on. It's for durability testing. And where our factory is, let me think. It's probably like I would say it's kind of like conditions of like the Northeast. You have hot summers, cold winters, like it's humid, and just having those environmental conditions for us, it's like that long range testing is what we've done. It's been sitting there since 2018. It's gone through almost 3 years now of testing, and the frame looks the same way it looked when we put it out there. So like, we're continuing to do those long range tests, but it is sitting up there very lonely.
Yeah, exactly. Another thing that I really love about the Wicker collection is it's actually really versatile. Like the style of it with just a different details, like your pillows, your blankets, the aesthetic of your house, it can really transform. It's like a chameleon. How was the design? Why did you design it in the way you did so that it actually created that? I mean, I assume it's amazing.
So if we go back to that analogy that I've talked about of like balance, so food, sweet, salty, sour, spicy, I thought about the frame. Everything I think about is all about like that creative tension. And when I say creative tension, if you look at the frame, it's pretty modern in design. It doesn't have a roll arm. It's actually called a shelter arm. The arm is the same height as the back, which is what makes it modular. But take away the all-weather wicker and just look at the frame, and it's very modern. Add the wicker to it, and now you warm it up a little bit. And then if you look at the size, the proportions are really big. It is a big sofa. It's 102 inches for a 3-seat sofa. And because it's wicker and it's woven, there's a lot of volume to it. Really architectural, so it looks big. And then if I think about, okay, now it's heavy looking, it's textural. How do you lighten that up? So our legs are cast stainless steel, and they are pretty slender. So it gives it that shine. And then, you know, that balanced with the matte texture of our wicker. It's always about, like, if we're gonna go in one direction, how do you go the other? So modern frame, classic, skinning of it with our all-weather wicker. Heavy looking thing, visual weight, as I've talked about it, balanced with the lightness of these legs that actually make it look like it's floating. So a lot of what I think about has to do with, like, I never want to go one or the other.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes perfect sense. It's like how you build an outfit. If you're doing a really short skirt, you don't show a lot on the top, you know? You balance it out. I like it.
That's right.
I know you relate to my short skirt comment.